Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources and music done by Carrera and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I'm Alexander, and today I'm joined by...
Chile, California, the Golden Loom.
Yeah, a.k.a. Leave It to Beaver Me Cleaver.
You had to think about that for a while.
Yeah, well,
Meat Cleaver.
Well, I had the meat cleaver part.
Yeah, from Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
I want to meet the beaver. Cleaver Beaver.
Yeah. Anyway, before we start going into sex jokes...
It wasn't sex jokes, that was his name.
No, that's where my mind is going.
Well, say no more about that mind.
it's running away. Anyway, today...
Or I hope.
It's just running in circles. Today is, of course, Sun's Day, aka Sunday, February 26, 2023. So let's jump into history today, shall we? In the year 747 BC, It was the epoch, the origin of Ptolemy's Nabonassar era, which, of course, as I mentioned before, and I'm not sure if you were around when I've gone on one of these rants, Ptolemy was one of Alexander the Great's generals, and upon his death, he said, my country, or my empire, will go to the strongest. So that created a whole power vacuum, and I believe there were 7 generals, and they each occupied different sections of, the empire, ultimately breaking it up into these different, dynastical things. Ptolemy took Egypt. So that's why there's a Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt. After, actually, I think that's, before the Roman conquering. So it was before.
Had to be before.
Yeah. Rome was just in its infancy, during that whole time. So
I had no idea, never heard of this.
Yeah.
Way before my time.
Not too much before.
Thanks.
So, well, I gotta give you shit somewhere, Anyway, we got the first Dutch expedition to East Indies in 1597. That's one hell of a time jump there.
Yeah.
714, so that's like 1,500 years, roughly.
Give or take.
Actually, no, it's more than 1,500. It's 1597 plus 747, so that's like 2,200 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a time jump there. 1597, Cornelius D. Houtman's Dutch fleet departed Bali and set sail for the Netherlands. Okay. We got the Roman Inquisition, 1616. The Roman Inquisition delivered injunction to Galileo demanding he abandon his belief in heliocentrism, which states the Earth and planets revolve around the sun. Yep. So they were like, how dare you? No, the Earth is the center of the universe. Blah blah. Rabble rabble rabble. I mean, like, ignorance is a prevalent thing. 1804, Vice Admiral William Bligh of Bounty fame ended siege of Fort Amsterdam, Williamstead. Whatever Bounty, like the HMS Bounty, I believe. It's very vague in my mind, but I remember something about it.
I've never heard of it.
I remember the name William Bligh too. So it's just kind of there. I don't know anything else beyond that, but. Anyway, 11 years later, 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte and his supporters left Elba to start a 100-day reconquest of France. So this is after the first time he got expelled from the country. Yeah, he got what's the word?
Kicked out?
Yeah. What's the actual word?
Expelled. What else?
Well, no, like you got something from a country. Like, hold on a second. What is
religion to be excommunicated?
No, what is the word to get expelled from a country? I spelled that wrong. Not deportation. Exiled.
Oh, exiled.
He got exiled or something like that.
Okay.
And then he got sent to Elba, which is just off the coast of Europe somewhere. And then he came back. And then they exiled him somewhere else, like to Hell and Gone farther away. and they had a small garrison on the island with them, and at least one boat constantly, going around the island to make sure he stayed there this time.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they wanted him out, and they ensured that he stayed out. So, 1859, Paul Morphy's chess match versus Augustus Mondrian began. Morphy won.
I wonder what makes that so extraordinary. I mean, how many millions of chess matches has there been? What's with this one?
I don't know, and it just says he's a chess player too.
Yeah.
And what's with that hair? It's like.
I wonder if he was a Russian or what. Because Russia was known for its chess.
A U.S.
Oh, wow.
Huh. He looks like somebody dunked his head in the toilet though. Like he looks like swirly hair.
He got swirled.
Yep. 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed National Currency Act, established single national U.S. currency. So yeah, we talked about that yesterday with the greenbacks, the very first paper bills and everything. Hey, got some cricket history in 1887. George Lovin. You can't see it off camera, but the loon just collapsed in despair. He took his first 8-wicket haul in Test cricket, 8-35 at Sydney Cricket Ground.
The hell are they talking
I
about?
don't have an idea.
Cricket.
So, 1891, Henrik Ibsen's play Hedda Gabler premiered in Oslo, which is in Norway. So, we got the Boer War peace talks, 1901. British General Kitchener conferred with Boer General Louis Botha about peace conditions, which broke down over the question of amnesty for some Boers.
Well, this is before World War I wonder.
Yep, there's a first and a second Boer Wars. Yep. No, there's a lot of conflict and a lot of smaller wars and such going on before, during, and after World War I and II. Like there's constantly something. People are getting shot somewhere in Europe. So
I wonder if history of the future, they'll look back and say, "Oh yeah, Ukraine, Russia, that was a small war before."
Oh yeah.
Blankety blank.
Well,
how will it be looked at? Depends on what happens.
As of 2 days ago, we hit our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Or they did.
They did. Yeah.
1907, Louis Botha Het Volk Party won a majority in the election in Transvaal, South Africa. He was the first prime minister of South Africa. So, all right. Why does he look like a villain? The shading, the pose, the eyebrows, like, I am going to kill people.
What the whites did to the blacks there, they were villainous,
Well, yeah.
So there you go. It kind of fits. He's the first prime minister. Happens to be white.
He doesn't look white. He's South African.
Yeah.
No, he
looks European for sure.
Spanish maybe, but he was born in South Africa.
Ask what nationality he was. Yeah. Well, they would say South African.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where does his heritage come from?
Yeah. You know what? Louis Botha heritage. Let's just do a quick thing. Louis Botha heritage history, Boer War. German? No. I'm just gonna give this to the viewers,
and I'm projecting a lot of stuff there.
Well, I mean, it's just like the color of his skin, it is white, but it looks like there's a little bit of an amber to it.
And minimum wage came out of South Africa.
Oh yeah.
And you know why?
To keep the Africans poorer.
To keep them out of the working market.
Yeah. Anyway, audience, that's my first challenge to you. Why can't I think of words today? My first challenge to you, what is this guy's heritage? Is he white? I'd say he looks kind of Spanish.
He just looks European to me. Well, it could be Spanish.
Well, Spanish is European.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anyway, some more South Africa stuff here. In 1910, Gandhi supported the African People's Organization's resolution to declare the Prince of Wales' day of arrival in South Africa a day of mourning in protest against the South Africa Act's disfranchisement of Indians, Coloreds, and Africans. The way they spelled coloreds, obviously, this source is of European. Coloreds. So, but yeah, no, you're talking about stuff against people who aren't white. Here's something right there.
Yeah.
So we got some film and TV history. In 1916, Mutual signed Charlie Chaplin to a film contract. Oh, all right. Got some unrest in Petrograd, 1917. Russian February Revolution. Tsar Nicholas II ordered army to quell civil unrest in Petrograd. Army mutinied. New style was March 11th. So this is the start of the Soviet Revolution.
Yeah, last Tsar.
Yep.
Nicholas II.
Got the beer hall putsch. Ooh. The beer hall putsch. 1924, trial against Adolf Hitler for treason and beer hall putsch began in Munich, Germany. Jeez. 1929, U.S. President Calvin Coolidge established Grand Teton National Park. Huh. Where is that? Grand Teton National Park.
He's one of my president heroes, if not the best. You want a smaller government. What a thought.
Yeah. It's out in Wyoming. So... Let's just see a couple images. Oh, that's a nice looking park area.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's move on up to 1933. Dutch communist Marinus van der Lubbe kept overnight in a police cell. This is the guy they pitted blame when Hitler and his Goonies, set fire to the Reichstag building. They blamed the communists, and this guy is the guy they specifically blamed because he's a Dutch communist. They blamed the communists. In order to, because the Nazis, were incredibly anti-communist.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
Like viciously.
Yeah.
So, but like this is one of the main stepping blocks of Hitler's rise to power. He was proving his words right.
Okay.
And then that's why everything involving a certain sect of people, was listened to because he was right before. He can be right again. So they said.
So you're saying that lying to justify the means was acceptable for Hitler and the boys.
It sounds very much like today's politics.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, 1935, the Luftwaffe reformed. Existence of reformed German Luftwaffe was revealed. It was banned in 1920 by the Treaty of Versailles, with Reich Marshal Hermann Göring as commander-in-chief. So their Air Force.
Yeah.
Got some baseball history while that was going on in 1935 as well. New York Yankees released Babe Ruth. He signed with the Boston Braves.
Oh yeah.
That's not smart. Like they let go of one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Yeah.
So. Radio detection and range demonstrated on this date in 1935 as well. It was first demonstrated by Robert Watson Watt. So radar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got some historic events here. 1942, Werner Heisenberg, a principal scientist in the German nuclear weapons program, delivered a lecture to Nazi officials about extracting energy from nuclear fission. So they were working on nukes too and such.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah, no, well, I know you already did that, but they had like heavy water plants and everything, and they were just they were not too far behind us. Thankfully, they were behind.
Yeah.
So. We got the 4th Golden Globes in 1947. The Best Years of Our Lives, Gregory Peck and Rosalind Russell won. All right. This guy again. 1950, Jerome Robbins' ballet, choreographed to Leonard Bernstein's Age of Anxiety, premiered in the New York City Center Theater. All right.
Ballet, okay.
1952, Prime Minister Winston Churchill announced Britain had its own atomic bomb. Dang. And yeah, like he was prime minister for a while, so like through the Second World War and continuing on. 1 year later, 1953, we have the 10th Golden Globes, The Greatest Show on Earth. Gary Cooper and Shirley Booth won. With a name like that, like
Booth.
No, The Greatest Show on Earth.
Oh, okay.
Like, if you don't win, then is it The Greatest Show on Earth? you gotta like retroactively change the title, like The Almost Greatest Show on Earth. While that was going on, 1953 as well, Alan Dulles officially promoted from deputy director to become the 5th director of the Central Intelligence Agency. Dang. CIA.
Yeah.
We got the musical finale in 1955. Leigh, Charlap, Stein, Comden, and Green's musical Peter Pan, starring Mary Martin and Cyril Richard, closed at Winter Garden Theater in New York City after 152 performances. That's not really that much. I mean, that's
not really for still no. Peter Pan and Mary Martin was obviously Peter Pan, which I remember those names. So Peter Pan, obviously, but Mary Martin doing it, yeah, that's pretty pronounced that you remember that in history.
Yep. 365 days later, 1956, writers and poets Sylvia Plath and Ted Hughes met at a party in Cambridge. Okay.
Like I care.
1960, Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev voiced support for Indonesia. Huh.
I wonder what that means.
Well, I guess because you know how China's doing their thing, and that it's essentially the same thing we've been doing.
Well, China,
forever.
Russia was trying to.
Yeah, Russia's trying to get
spread influence.
Yeah, it's essentially modern day colonialism. Without actually taking the land, you're taking the land.
Yeah.
We got some film and TV history in 1960 as well. Vera Miles starred in Mirror Image episode of CBS anthology series The Twilight Zone.
Ooh, I love The Twilight Zone.
Yeah. The Scary Door. Got a theater premiere in 1962. Arthur Kopit's play Oh Dad, Poor Dad.
I starred in that.
Yeah. You're still starring in it.
It's still currently playing.
You may be in a Truman Show. Who knows? Anyway, it premiered in New York City. Huh. We got the 9th Daytona 500 in 1967. Mario Andretti won his first and only NASCAR Grand National event. Only time driver born outside the U.S. has ever won the Great American Race. Oh, wow.
Mario Andretti.
Italian, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be racist and presume he was Italian with a name like Mario, but,
He's Italian, nothing wrong with that.
Stereotypes exist for a reason. 1971, Secretary General U Thant signed United Nations proclamation of the vernal equinox as Earth Day. Huh. Okay. Earth Day, cool.
Yeah.
So, got the 8th Academy of Country Music Awards in 1973. Merle Haggard and Donna Fargo won. I've heard of Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
1973 as well. Triple Crown Horse Secretariat bought for a record $5.7 million.
Oh, Secretariat was a biggie.
That's an expensive horse.
Yeah.
Are there any cars that are even that expensive? $5.7 million?
Well, he was an incredible racehorse, so worth some money to stud him.
Hey, we got some cricket history here, mate. 1980. New Zealand cricket captain Geoff Haworth 147 and Richard Hadley 103 held off West Indies pace quartet of Roberts, Garner, Holding, and Croft during famous second test draw at Christchurch.
I need translation, please. Please, someone. Cricket.
Some more cricket. 1982. Test cricket debut of batsman Martin Crowe playing for New Zealand versus Australia in Wellington. Run out for 9.
Cricket.
More cricket. Number 1 in the charts, 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller album went on number 1 and stayed number 1 for 37 weeks.
Wow.
Thriller, you'd think that you would have released it in like November, October, not February, you know? Because it's about zombies and undead and they're dancing, the Thriller, they're talking about like people rising from the graves in February? Which reminds me, the movie Scream, right?
Yeah.
It was released in mid-December.
I don't get the correlation between months and stuff that you're going for.
Because that's Halloween shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like when you're talking about zombies, thrillers, horror movies, like murder slasher movies, you tend to watch them at around, the spooky time of the year.
Okay.
Not in December or in February. What the hell? Anyway, we got some sports history. 1987, NBA's Michael Jordan's 58 points in one game is a Chicago Bulls record.
As far as I'm concerned, the GOAT.
Yeah. 58 points in one game. Holy cow, dude.
No, that's nothing compared to Will Chamberlain.
Well, yeah, and
Chamberlain's averaged 50 a game one season.
What about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? He was
total points, yeah.
1989, Jerome Robbins Broadway opened at Imperial Theater, New York City, running for 634 performances. All right. Got a contract of interest, 1989. It says California, so I'm nervous. California court throws out most of Margot Adams' $12 million breach of contract suit against Red Sox third baseman Wade Boggs. Okay, I don't know what that is, so... 1989, NFL Dallas Cowboys fired coach Tom Landry after a 29-year career.
Yeah, he was a great coach. I was really surprised when so I remember it, they really surprised when they fired him.
Yeah, I think Tom Landry is Hank Hill's idol.
I don't know who Hank Hills is.
Hank Hill from King of the Hill?
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Also in 1989, New York Yankees announced that Tom Seaver is their new TV sportscaster. Huh.
No, I don't know how he did as a sportscaster, but he's a great pitcher.
Yep. Maybe that's why they put him into a sportscaster, because he can pitch the ads.
Good pull.
1991, Bill Veeck and Tony Lazzari was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. I was just thinking, I guess my joke is a home run.
Oh, boo. Should have stopped.
Go on the line here. 1991, oh yeah, here we go.
Nice.
Highway of Death. Coalition planes bombed Iraqi forces retreating from Kuwait during the Gulf War, killing hundreds and creating the so-called Highway of Death. Yeah, like what you do is you blow up the lead vehicle, you blow up the last, and then you just go down the line from either side. And, I mean, it sucks, but they shouldn't have invaded Kuwait to begin with. We gave them all the opportunities and chances to back off.
Yeah.
And
what I remember out of that was the speed of the U.S. Military. They had no idea how fast we could move.
You want to know exactly how we got that?
How?
We took a page out of the Nazis talking about lightning war, Blitzkrieg.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what we did.
Yep.
And it's not just a Blitzkrieg, but it's Blitzkrieg with modern equipment.
And that's where the
faster,
term
stronger.
Football comes, blitz.
Yep. Hey, we got a cricket record, 1993. Alan Border defeated Gaskar's record for the most Test cricket runs at 10,123. Watch yourself. There's an edge here. I don't want you to impale you.
No, I know.
Got Grammy Awards. The 39th Grammy Awards in 1997. Change the World. Babyface, Beck, and Leanne Rimes won. Okay. In 1998, Oprah Winfrey was found not guilty in beef defamation trial brought by Texas cattlemen. Oh, God. What's she doing?
Probably declared war on beef. Who knows?
Yeah,
It's got to be something stupid like that.
She has beef with beef? Sounds like a chicken to me.
At least she's found not guilty. I don't know what she said, but...
I still find it... I've said this before and I'll say it again. I still find it weird that Oprah Winfrey, and we know, who she is, what she is and all that stuff. She has the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Yeah.
Well, that spells out OWN.
Okay, and that's what, isn't that what it is? OWN channel or something like that?
Yeah, but I'm making a slavery joke.
Oh, sorry. So bad I didn't even get it, nor do I want to.
Anyway, 2005, Hosni Mubarak, president of Egypt, ordered the constitution changed to allow multi-candidate presidential elections, asking Egyptian parliament to amend Article 76. Wow, what a concept. Allowing other people to run against you?
Yeah, well, not everybody's like the U.S., so
it
was a major change.
Not even the U.S. is like the U.S.
No.
As of 3 years ago. 2012, 61st NBA All-Star Game, Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. West beats East, 152 to 149. Most valuable player, Kevin Durant of the Oklahoma City Chiefs? No, OKC.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oklahoma City Thunder, forward. All right, the Chiefs are a football. 2012 as well, we have the 84th Academy Awards. The artist won 5 Oscars and became the first silent film to win since 1927. What the hell? We had a silent film? Also, Jean Dujardin and Meryl Streep also won. All right. Wow, the first silent film to win since 1927. I didn't even realize we were still making those.
I had no clue of that.
Well, we got a film and TV history, some more. In 2014, Seth Rogen testified about Alzheimer's disease before the United States Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Labor, Health, and Human Services. Okay. All right. 2017, 89th Academy Awards, Best Picture, Moonlight, after Mix-Up. Best Director, Damien Chazelle. Best Actor, Casey Affleck. Best Actress, Emma Stone. Okay, so I think this is when what's that guy from Family Feud? Why can't I remember him now? Family Feud guy.
Family Feud guy. Close enough.
Steve Harvey.
Oh.
He was hosting the Academy Awards, or something. Maybe it was this one, but like he read something wrong or he had the wrong card, so like there was like after a mix-up.
I do remember something about that.
Yeah, and the whole internet went crazy. They're like, "Oh my God, his career is over." It's like, dude, it's just one accident. Calm down, you know.
Yeah.
Like you think you think he's without fault.
Yeah.
You know, without flaw. Like, come on. You know, he's a human being.
Yeah.
Anyway, and in 2022, I'm going to read both of these actually. Rain bomb, due to a slow-moving, low-pressure trough, began major flooding in southeast Queensland, Australia, leaving at least 7 people dead. What the hell? Rain bomb. Just like,
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. What else could it mean? Yeah.
I guess the clouds took a crap on them. I don't know. And then while that was going on, 2022, scientists published findings into lost continent Balkantolia that links southern Europe with Asia, providing passageway for animal migrations 35 to 38 million years ago. Wow. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, audience, before we move on into Burst and Deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wished we had elaborated more about? Anything you would have liked to say had you been here? Start a dialogue in the comments section. You going to stick around?
Yeah, go.
All right. Starting us off in Burst in the year 1361, we have Wenceslaus IV of Bohemia, the idol, King of Bohemia, 1378 through 1419, and Germany from 1376 through 1400, born in Nuremberg and died in 1419. So I wonder what happened with Germany. He was born there.
Yeah.
Or if Nuremberg was part of Germany at the time, I don't know. So anyway, we got Victor Hugo, 1802,
Ooh.
was a French author, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Les Miserables.
Yeah.
Born in Bescanon, France. Those are 2 really good works.
Oh,
right
yeah.
There. Yeah. Levi Strauss. Ooh, the guy, the jeans. Levi Strauss.
Levi Strauss, of course.
1829, German-born U.S. clothing designer who founded the first company to manufacture blue jeans, Levi Strauss & Company, born in Buttenheim, Bavaria. So, yeah.
Boy, old Levi Strauss jeans, they're worth a fortune.
Yeah. We got Alexander III, 1845, was a Russian Tsar from 1881 through 1894, born in the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, Russian Empire. Died in 1894, must have been in office. How did he die? Terminal kidney disease. That's not fun. So, yeah, Herbert Henry Dow, 1866, a U.S. chemical industrialist, Dow Chemical, born in Ontario, Canada. Hey.
You know what they called a lot of cancers before they knew what it was?
Consumption?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right. That's the word they gave it because they had no idea what it was.
Yep.
People just died of it.
Yep. Or the rickets, you know, or exposure, you know.
Oh, look at this young guy.
Jackie Gleason, 1916, a U.S. comedian, The Jackie Gleason Show and The Honeymooners. He's also an actor in Requiem for a Heavyweight and The Hustler. He was also a composer and conductor, Music for Lovers Only, born in Brooklyn, New York.
I didn't know he is a composer and conductor, but I sure remember The Honeymooners. That was a great sitcom.
Dang. Died in 1987. He died in June, so I was alive when he was alive. Cool.
Yeah.
We also have Everton Weekies, 1925, a West Indian cricket batsman, 48 tests, 4,455 runs at 58.61, 15 time 100s, born in St. Michael, Barbados.
Translation, please.
I don't.
Cricket.
I don't know. Fats Domino,
Ooh.
1928, U.S. rhythm and blues piano player, singer, and star of the early rock and roll era. Blueberry Hill, Blue Monday, Walking to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Born in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the guy. Fats.
Yep. We got Ariel Sharon, 1928, an Israeli general, politician, and prime minister of Israel from 2001 through 6. Born in Kfar Madal, Mandatory Palestine. Mandatory Palestine? What?
Sharon is how his last name's
Ah,
pronounced.
Sharon.
Give him credit on his birth. Sharon.
My Sharona? Johnny Cash.
Hey.
1932, U.S. country singer, I Walk the Line, Ring of Fire,
Boy
a boy named
Sue.
Sue.
That's great.
Yeah. Born in Kingsland, Arkansas. Dude, I've heard all of those songs. Those are great.
Yeah.
So, We also got Helen Clark, 1950, New Zealand Prime Minister for the Labour Party from 1999 through 2008, as well as an administrator of the United Nations Development Programme from 2009 through 2017. Born in Hamilton, New Zealand, she's 73 today. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, 1954, Turkish politician, was president of Turkey 2014 through now, like it just says president, or through present, okay. Prime Minister of Turkey before that from 2003 to 2014. Born in Kasimpaşa, Istanbul, Turkey. Huh. We also have Wang Dan, 1969, Chinese dissident and one of the student leaders of the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. Born in Beijing, China. He's 54 today. He survived. So, wherever you are, I wish you luck, dude.
You know, most of the Chinese population has never heard of the Tiananmen Square.
Yeah, until, like just a few years ago, like, the CCP did something, like, to try to cover it up preemptively, and then everybody was like, what are they doing? And then it unintentional side effect, people learned about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they tried to do something to quell it, and then in taking action, all they did was, quell it. It was spark interest. Yeah. We got Li Na, 1982, Chinese tennis player, French Open 2011, and Australian Open 2014. Born in Wuhan, China. Ooh. And let's move on up into deaths. Starting us off in 1076, we have Godfrey IV, the Hunchback, Duke of Lower Lorraine, was murdered, or on the 27th, so either today or tomorrow, was murdered. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a hunchback. Like, what more BS does he need in his life? Leave him alone. We have Roger II, 1154, Count of Sicily from 1105 to 30, and later King of Sicily from 1130 through 54. Died at the age of 60 at 1154.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. It says here 58. Hold on. What's going on? 60 or 58? Pick one. So you see that?
Yeah.
That's weird. Discrepancies. We got Robert R. Livingston, Dr. Livingston, I presume.
Yep.
So, 1813, U.S. founding father who delivered the oath of office to George Washington, died at 66. I think this is a different Livingston.
This is a different one, yeah.
Yeah. So, but still, he delivered the very first oath of office. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Got Richard Jordan Gatling gun. 1903, U.S. inventor famous for the Gatling gun, the first hand crank machine gun, died at the age of 84. Yeah, like, can you imagine, just that simple invention changed the tide of war?
Oh, man, could you imagine seeing something like that come around? You back in the day.
Yeah.
Holy cow, what's this?
Yeah.
Actually, like dropping the atomic bomb.
Yeah,
that's what's the equivalent to.
Technological
like
equivalent. Yeah, you're right. You know?
Yeah.
Like, major, game changer there.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I've spoken to you about this, but the Battle of Little Bighorn, with Custer and all that stuff. It is said that he intentionally left his Gatling guns behind to lighten the load so he can go faster. But had he had that, the battle most likely would have been another way.
Yeah. I believe that. If that's what he did. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Jimmy Lee Jackson, died on the state in 1965. He was a U.S. civil rights protester and church deacon, shot and killed at the age of 26 by an Alabama state trooper. I remember this. Well, not personally, but that's just awful.
Yeah.
But a cop, dude. You know.
Yeah.
So, well, Howard Hansen, 1981, a U.S. classical music composer and conductor, Nordic, died at the age of 84. All right. We also have Earl Lloyd, in 2015, the first black U.S. basketball player in the NBA, died at 86. Well, dang.
Ooh, I wonder when he entered the NBA then.
You know what? When did Earl Lloyd enter NBA? When did enter NBA? October 31st, 1950.
1950, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty early.
Yeah.
So. We also have, I'm just going to take this time last year, 2022, Danny Ongais was a U.S. auto racer, inducted Motorsports Hall of Fame of America 2000, died at the age of 79. All right. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of Passive Events Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, which is 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For all of you and all of us, I am Ao Xander.
Golden Moon.
And you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in like random talk show, like fun BSery, that's coming up at 2 p.m. Pacific Time, live streaming. Anyway, until whenever you see us, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!